Robert Maudsley, once branded the UK's most dangerous prisoner, has been transferred out of HMP Wakefield down to HMP Whitemoor. Now this is shocking news for anyone that has been following Robert Maudsley's case or anyone that knows his situation. Robert Maudsley has been kept inside of the same cell for over 40 years, round about approximately 46 years inside the same cell. And even though he has been petitioning and been trying for years on end to get out of that cell, the way it's been handled and the way that he's been moved is beyond a joke, as it is in the prison system. Now, Robert Maudsley went into prison 51 years ago. Obviously, he's killed 3 people inside of prison, and he was in prison for a murder. So the 4 people that he's killed, that was the reason why he's been kept so long in solitary confinement inside the same cell inside of HMP Wakefield, also known as Monster Mansion. Now, a lot of people do think that he's in an underground glass cell, the way the press put it across, Hannibal Lecter style cell. Now, for those of you that are not in the know, he does have like a perspex door on, but it isn't a specially built glass cell. It is the size of a double pad, what they've got him kept in, inside the unit, inside of HMP Wakefield, or I'll refer and in past tense, what they did have him kept in. Now, he has been wanting to get off or out of that cell and onto a normal location landing for some time. But now that he's 71-year-old, that is all that he knows and all that he's been used to. And for anyone that's done any amount of time inside a prison, when you're getting moved to another establishment, it is a big shock to the system, especially if you've spent years inside the same prison. It's the unknown of what you're going to meet at the other end, what the establishment is going to be like, what it's going to be run like, whether you're going to have better facilities or not. So it is an anxious time for anyone moving to a new prison that they've never been to before. Now, for Robert Maudsley to get transferred to HMP Whitemoor like this is absolutely, or going to be absolutely soul-destroying for him. I have heard from different sources, as you all well know. I do hear from a number of different sources on this channel. As you can quite imagine, I'm inundated with emails and messages about what's going on inside the prisons, but I do try and wait until I have the true facts from sources that are what you would class as good. Not just anybody who's sending an email or a message saying they've got information on prisoners or whatever. As you can imagine, I get inundated with them. But when these come from reputable sources or respectable sources, then I come on and do the videos. But for Robert Maudsley, being a pensioner, he did put up a bit of a struggle inside of HMP Wakefield. As you can quite imagine, he didn't want to move to Whitemoor prison. He's went on to a DSPD unit inside of Whitemoor, which has around about 70 prisoners on, and it stands for Dangerous and Severe Personality Disorders. As you can imagine, the type of prisoners that are on this wing. Obviously, everyone knows what type of person or prisoner Robert Maudsley is. But believe it or not, on these DSPD units, it's not all just normal location prisoners. They are mixed in. There is beasties, which in prison, the political term is a VP, a vulnerable prisoner. Or in my terms on this channel, a bacon, a beast, a wrong'un. That's who's on the units, on the DSPD units. They're all mixed in. They're all on there to be treated, to get treatment so they can progress through the system. But for Robert Maudsley, who was serving life without parole, There is no possibility of him ever being released. He has already said previously that he will end the lives of more Bacons. So they've went and put him on a unit with more Bacons. They're probably thinking because he's 71-year-old, is now becoming frail, as you would at that age, stuck in the same cell, that he won't come to any harm to anybody else. But we'll see what happens. I believe something will happen. He will not like the people he's around on there. He's went there, or he's been sent there against his own free will. Being that old, 71, being used to that same pad for 40 odd years, knowing that you're never going to be released, he's come to the realisation that this is his life. This is how he's going to end. By living in this cell inside of HMP Wakefield, the cell that unfortunately he's become accustomed to because he's had to. But then he's been sent to HMP Whitemoor in a place he doesn't want to be. It is a very risky, volatile and dangerous situation. And you can bet that these other prisoners on the wing, especially the Bacons, are going to be shitting themselves, because the UK's #1 Bacon basher is amongst the Bacons. Obviously, when he's had no human contact inside of HMP Wakefield, he hasn't had the chance to end the lives of any more beasties or attack any more. And that is what the rules were for him. No human contact. He can't come into contact with anybody else. But as far as we know, inside of HMP Wakefield, he's had disagreements with the screws. Some things went on where it's the term upset the apple cart. He's not getting on with the screws. The screws have took his luxuries from him. Now, there was allegations that firearms had been smuggled inside of HMP Wakefield. The whole prison was on lockdown. They've took the prisoners' essentials. They've took Robert Maudsley's PlayStation and his hi-fi equipment, the stereo. Normally they take them away to x-ray them and bring them back. He hasn't got his for some reason, so he's been kicking up a fuss. And when you kick up a fuss in an establishment and you don't get on with the screws no longer, you don't get on with the governors, I can imagine he's been griefing the life out of them. And when he's been having meetings with the governor under no human contact, with about 10 screws around him, when he's been having meetings with the governor, probably through his perspex glass door in his cell, he'll have been having disagreements, telling them exactly what he thinks. They'll be thinking, we don't know what else to do with him, pass him on to somebody else to let them deal with it. So he's been sent to the DSPD unit to try and rehabilitate him so he can get moved on. That is not going to happen. He's not going to get rehabilitated. He'll probably not take part in anything trying to push on him. He's never getting released. He's set in his ways, so why put him somewhere that he doesn't want to be? You put someone, or you put Robert Maudsley where he doesn't want to be, like you did in Wakefield Prison. He killed a Bacon in Broadmoor Hospital. You put him in Wakefield, which is a Bacon prison. He ended the lives of 2 more Bacons. Now you've put him on a unit, which I can bet you will have Bacons on. So what outcome are these governors and establishment expecting? But I will keep you updated on here because, like I've mentioned, I've been inundated today with people sending us news articles, people giving us info from inside. And like I say, I'm bringing it directly to you and letting you all know what's happening to the best of my knowledge or the best of my sources. So I will keep you updated on what is happening from now, and we'll see how things progress inside of HMP Whitemoor. But I'll leave that one there for now, people. And as usual, if you are enjoying the content, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.